All right, Instagram, do your magic. Let the followers know it's about that time again. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hey, what's up? Hey, everybody. How you doing? Hey, there we go. We got people in the building. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Yo, what's up, Dom? How you doing? All right. There he is. All right, people. We're about to go live with the legend. All right, San Andreas Kim, aka that's what I used to call him. But Andre Kim is in the building, y'all. Let's get this popping. Let's go. Let's do it. All right, here he's at.
Oh, what's
there
up?
He is.
Yo, can you hear me? Am I in this? What's up?
I can hear you perfectly, homie.
Oh,
man,
dude, what's going on here? Let me try to set this up so I'm not like holding this up so much. Oh, what's good? What's going on?
Yo, ladies and gents, the legend Andre Kim is in the building.
Thank you for having me here. I was just thinking about this today. This around this time was like when we would be all out at auditions, like you, me, Aaron, Spencer. And I'm just like, man, it's so weird, dude. Like, it's so weird not being able to see you. Like, not going into, like, McDonald's commercials and being there with you in the waiting room.
Those legendary McDonald's commercials, man. Those are the best, weren't they?
We were so close. Like, no one's going to believe us, but we were so close to so many of them. So many of them. You and me and Aaron, and, like, oh, my God. Dude.
Literally. And fans, for those of you who don't know, me, Andre, and Aaron, we all went to, which one was it? We were sitting in the car, right? Was that McDonald's?
No, I don't think that was McDonald's, but I know the one you're talking about. Yeah.
We were all in the car because they wanted like three friends being just natural and talking about random stuff.
Because it was gonna be like an actual road trip. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but like it was gonna be.
No,
like
it's all good. Yeah.
Road trip. Yeah.
It was supposed to be a road trip, and I thought we killed it. They really liked what we were doing.
Me too. I thought we totally had that. I was so sure. I called my mom. I'm like, yo, get the guap. We're getting the guap soon. Yeah. We booked this thing so hard.
Yo, I was so confident walking out there. I'm like, boys, I'm going to see you on set. And we'll just reconvene then.
Yo, roll out the good meat, Mom.
Roll out the good meat.
Yeah. We got this.
Man, honestly, I was close to going on a shopping spree that day or like during the week because I'm like, man.
Dude, I'm so bad at that.
Yeah.
I'm so bad. Like, I'll go to one audition. The casting director will be like, all right, that's good. And I'll come home and I'll be like, yo, I can afford all of this. Yo, buy myself a new setup. Yo, I'm going to get a car and everything. No worries. I got this.
Nah, man, those experiences taught us not to jump the gun too quick because I'm like,
it's true.
You walk out so confident. It's so misleading because you walk out so confident, you feel good, and then all of a sudden you're like still waiting weeks later, and then you see the commercial literally on screen.
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah. Oh, dude, they never tell you. They never tell you that you got it. No. It's just you just see it one day and you're like, I guess it wasn't me.
Literally, I'm like, well,
that's not.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I miss you, dog. I miss seeing you at auditions and everything, man.
Yeah, man. Same to you, bro.
What have you been doing? What have you been doing since you've been locked down and everything?
Oh man, trying to keep my sanity, bro. Honestly, I'm trying to keep my sanity.
Fair enough.
You know, man, just literally working on music and dancing as always. You know what I mean?
I know that's so awesome. And everybody in this thing's got to rep Richard because this man is so busy. He's an expert at music, dance, and acting, and he's taking time out of his day to do this. Like, that's awesome, dude. I really respect your hustle and everything, man.
Yo, thank you, bro. But the thing is, though, I can't take full credit for what's going on, like the Insta Lives, because literally I just went on Insta Live just out of the blue. I was like, you know what, let's see what the people are saying. And actually, the fans kind of came up with the idea of like, you know what, you should have other cast members joining in. I think one of our faves, Jen, oh hey Jen, kind of brought up. I'm like, you know what?
Jen, yeah.
That's actually a good idea. So then literally, and Nikki actually joined in on the live randomly. I'm like, yo, Nikki, you want to do it like next week? And she was down. And they were like, who's next? I'm like, let me check. And that's literally how it became the live sessions, honestly. Like, it came from the fans, so I can't really take too much credit.
It falls into place. All right, no, take all the credit, man. Take all the credit.
All right, I'll be less humble, yo. I'll be like, yep, all right, y'all, you better be thanking me. But yeah, man, we want to know what's been going on with you, bro. How you been living the quarantine life?
I mean, I feel a little blessed, like, you know, like I just want to acknowledge that not a lot of people can be doing what we're doing. You know, some people are like struggling, like, mentally and financially and physically during this time. So I'm pretty blessed. The fact that my biggest worry is that I just got to figure what I'm going to do every day, you know? So,
True.
but that aside, I have been like having a hard time trying to figure out how to stay productive. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's also hard because it's like, you shouldn't like force yourself to be productive too. Right. But, yeah, but I've been kind of, you know, I've actually been like experimenting a little more with music and everything. Like I've been trying to play a little more guitar and piano. Something I used to do a bit before. Yeah. I'm not on your level or anything. I'm not trying to like, but I've been experimenting with it a bit. And it's fun. It's fun to just be able to like take your artistry and like throw it into a different genre. So
can I break the scoop right here? The fourth low-key member, no, technically, how many members? Okay, the secret member of Eleanor Shore, Andre Kim, is about to make a...
No way. You know how they like switch instruments?
Yeah.
They would like, my instrument would be like the triangle the whole time, and no one would switch with me. That's what I'd be sitting in the back. Eric's rocking guitar and Aaron's on vocals, and I'm just like ding ding the whole time. That'd be me.
They all switch and literally like.
I'd be killing it though. I'd be killing it on the triangle.
Okay.
But that would be my only instrument. For that.
No, I'm teasing you, bro. But that's good that you're doing some music-related stuff, though.
Yeah, no, there's so many like Degrassi people who do music, like you, Anna, Aaron, Eric, Soma. I'm
Nikki,
sure Nikki, Sarah, like I'm
Dante. Yeah, there's a lot.
I'm sure like everyone honestly does music in some aspect, but yeah. So I never had, I guess, the passion to go as far as that with like you guys, but I am finding like a lot of joy just like figuring out like a nice riff or a nice chord progression and playing it out, and even trying to like creatively like make my own stuff with it. Like I could see why people love doing that. It's like, it's addicting. It's hooked. I'm hooked onto it already. So yeah. Besides that, I've been so lazy, man. I haven't been doing anything.
Yeah. Listen, man, because you made a very good point. It's kind of hard to do stuff when you're so limited, right? Like,
yeah.
Me, I'm naturally a workaholic. So when I wake up in the morning, I literally try to find things to do. I've never been a person that just has nothing. I never liked that for me.
Right. Yeah.
So when I wake up and I have nothing to do, like, or I've exhausted all my resources, I'm like, yo, I'm losing my mind. I need to do something. You know what I mean? But
no, yeah, I get it.
You know, honestly, that's where things like Netflix just came in, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna have to truly binge watch some stuff here, yo. And my anime side of me too. I'm like, you know what? I gotta get into some more anime.
What are you watching? What anime are you watching, dog?
Listen, man. Recently, I watched Black Lagoon. That is fire.
Black Lagoon, yo, I gotta get on. I've heard such good things about Black Lagoon, dude.
Man, I won't lie to you. It's heavy. It's heavy, but it's good. It's really, really good. So you have to have a strong heart to watch it, to be honest with you, at certain times. It's more so, violence-wise, is a lot more gory and, like, pretty intense in that regard. But there's times where it just hits your soul, bro. I'm not even playing. Like, it really gets deep. But it's really good. It's really good.
I gotta get on that, man. I like heavy anime, too, because I feel like people have this, like, misconception that, like, anime and cartoons are all like very childlike or action packed, and I'm like, I like when they slow it down, because it's like I think they can really use that medium really well to like express those kind of things. So
1,000, bro.
I'm down to give Black Lagoon. I'm putting that on my list, dude. I'm putting that on
for sure list. And you know, another fan actually mentioned another one I'm watching called Black Clover. Yo, that one's thick,
I know that one. That's like the it's like the new shonen. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll be honest though, Richard. I watched like a little bit of the first episode of that, but I watched it in like subbed. I don't know if you watched dubbed or subbed, but I watched it like subbed, and the guy was just like yelling the whole time. He was just like,
oh man,
that was like the Asta guy. Oh,
Asta, yeah.
He was just yelling the whole. I couldn't get over it. I was like, there's just so much yelling going on, dude.
So the thing is, though, I've always been plagued from a lot of my friends who passionately watch anime like I do.
Yeah.
And the whole battle between dubbed and subbed has been going on for who knows how long. I just, for me, the main reason why I naturally go to dubbed first before sub, because I watch both. I'm able to watch both.
Yeah.
But the reason why I'm more so dubbed is because I've never been a fan of reading subtitles while watching. I want to just literally watch and enjoy it.
Totally. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to focus on reading. And then all of a sudden, what happens if you miss one of the subtitles? Then you kind of lose the context of what's going on. You know what I mean?
I totally feel that. I like to eat when I watch anime, too. And sometimes when I'm, like, getting my food, I'll like look up and I'll be like, I have no idea what's going on anymore. I totally missed like a sentence and everything. So yeah, I feel that.
That's the thing, man. But some people are used to it. They like it. You know what I mean? And the thing is, though, I agree with some of the fans with what they said here. I think Sarah mentioned that 53215. It's very underrated. Anime is so good.
Totally,
it's
Sarah.
So good to me.
I totally agree, Sarah.
So shout out to you, Sarah. Definitely, like, man, it's so good to me, and their perspectives and how because they get pretty deep with some of them. Like Death Note, for example.
Dude,
listen,
my guy.
Death Note, Note is top 5 for me. That got me. I was late.
Top 3, maybe. Honestly,
yeah,
top 3.
Yeah,
top 3.
Like honestly, I was hearing all the hype about it. This was years ago, but I was hearing all the hype about it. I'm like, what's this Death Note I keep hearing about? And I finally watched it like more so a couple years ago, but I was late to the party for sure, even back then. And I'm like, what's this going on? And literally, I got into I forced myself to watch 3 episodes, and bro, I was hooked. I finished that. I can't remember how fast I finished it, but when I told one of my boys that I finished it, they're like, yo, that was like, I can't remember how much time it was, but it was stupid fast.
He was like, yeah, you binged it, eh? I believe it. Dude.
Done.
When you find a good one like that, you have to binge it. There's no time after you watch the first episode where you're like, I could just wait to see what happens later. It's like, nah, you got to finish it right then, right there. All right, yo, Richard, man. What's your top favorite anime then? Top 5. Let's list it.
Top 5.
And then I'll list mine and see if we got the same.
Okay, so, man, my boy Andon, I don't know if he's on this right now, but he because when I was growing up, I was so enthralled with the westernized anime, so that's like the Dragon Ball Zs, the Yu-Gi-Ohs, and all those kind of things.
The classics,
and then when I was,
the classics,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is with him is that he introduced me to like more in-depth ones that don't get that much attention, so I'm looking at those ones too. And honestly, number 1 for me, since I grew up with it, One Piece. I'm a fan of One Piece.
Yeah. So that's a classic. You got it.
Dragon Ball Z, because come on, it's a classic, right? You can't really go wrong with that.
Of course, yeah.
Naruto.
I watched
go ahead.
Like 300 episodes. Sorry, but I watched like 300 episodes of Naruto, and I couldn't get through anymore, man. It's so long.
It's a lot. It's
so long.
That's why I said I grew up with it, literally.
Yeah. That's how you have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be like, okay, I'm gonna watch it now. There's like nearly, I don't even know how much right now, like 800, 700, 800. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Something like. And my friends were like, "Yo, you gotta skip like the original Naruto and just go to like Shippuden or something." And
man,
I'm like, man, I can't. I don't know if I can do that. I want to know what happens before that. But it was. There's so many epic scenes in Naruto. It's like it's hard not to like that.
It is, man. Like it's really good for me. And again, 900. David says 900. That's insane. That makes sense because if you consider the original Naruto and then the Shippuden afterwards together, almost nearly 1,000 episodes. So.
Oh, I didn't even realize there was a chat going on down here. Oh, okay. I've never done this before, so I'm just looking through this thing.
Yeah. Wait, is this your first live, by the way?
This is my first live, yeah.
Yo, people, we made some history right here.
Northern Rescue will come back. I don't know. My only problem is that dub voice actors are worse than the originals. Sometimes. I agree with that.
Yeah, that's true.
My boy Anthony was in here. Yo. All right, I got to read the chat more. Okay, sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, man. But another fan here, David 914 made a good point. There's a lot of fillers in Naruto.
That's what I heard too. Yeah,
that can turn you off quick. But like I said, I grew up with this. I'm a bit biased. Has a special place in my heart. So
I feel that. This has become the anime. This is an anime conversation now. It's no longer about Degrassi. It's just all about anime.
I know. Fans, don't worry. We'll get back to that, I promise. But
I like it.
I'm going on the anime trip. But how much is that, Andre? Is that 3 I went through just now?
3. You said okay. You said Dragon Ball Z,
One Piece,
and Naruto.
And then Naruto. Okay. Oh man, this one's hard. But I'm most likely putting Death Note at number 4.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah, it has to be in the top 5, man. It has to be. It's too good. And now this one, number 5, is dicey for me because there's so many new animes that came up, and there's ones that I've been growing up with, like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, Beyblade, Black Clover for me is up there because I really like it a lot.
Yeah. Fair enough. Some of the new stuff is really good. New stuff is really good. Yeah.
Titans, that one's
Attack on
hard
Titan.
to watch. Attack on Titans,
that's
that one.
That's a good one.
That one's yes, that was tough, but I liked it a lot. So 5 is up in the air, bro. I can't even.
No,
There's too many of them.
There's so much anime out there. It's like hard to
Yeah.
choose. That's a great
But go ahead.
list, bro. That's a great list. I don't know if I could, because that has like all the like original classics on there too, like all the good ones. I think my number 1 is probably Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know if you've
Full
heard
Metal
of that one.
Alchemist. No, it's great. I watched the whole thing.
But I really like that one. And there's
That was
like 2 versions of it. There's like Full Metal, and then there's like Full Metal Brotherhood. And,
Brotherhood, yeah.
I like both. I honestly like both. I know one of them is more like it follows the storyline more, so maybe that one's like the one you should recommend. But I don't know. I think my number 2 has to be Inuyasha, because it's like the same thing with you.
Oh, yeah.
Like YTV, the parental advisory would come on, and I'd like turn the volume down so my parents didn't hear, and then I'd like turn it back up to watch Inuyasha. So Inuyasha was like number 1, number 2. And then there's this one called Anohana. I don't know if you've heard of it.
That sounds familiar to me. Yeah.
It's like it's like only 12 episodes, and it's like it's less action and like less heavy stuff, and it's more about like I think in the anime like world it's called slice of life. That's the genre.
Gotcha.
And this one is like so much more like slice of life. It's about like just these friends who like had a tragedy when they were younger and are like kind of dealing with it right now. It's a great anime. It made me cry so much. And then I got to put a movie on here, actually. Your Name.
Okay.
Your Name, the anime Your Name film. It's actually called Your Name, which is kind of confusing. But it's a great fucking film. It's so great. It's so good.
Oh.
I love that movie. And then I think number 5 has to be My Hero Academia. I've been watching that.
How did I sleep on that one? Oh my god.
And this one called Haiku, which is like just about volleyball, which is kind of like silly, but it's awesome, dude. It's like an anime all about volleyball. It's great. It's amazing. But yeah, that's my 5.
Man. Nice. I respect that, especially My Hero Academia. I'm a huge fan of that one. That one really got me.
Dude, it's great.
I'm like, a society full of superheroes? Like, come on now. That's...
Oh, man.
That's why right there.
I'm trying to read the comments and see what people say.
Hey.
Violet Evergarden's a great one. Demon Slayer is great. Mob Psycho is great. Your Lie in April.
Mob Psycho, yes.
Your Lie in April is amazing too. I've seen like a lot of these. I'm such a weeb, dude. I'm such a weeb.
Listen, man, anime. Listen, my list goes so far. I forgot about some of them. That's the thing. Fire Force.
Oh, dude, Fire Force.
Fire Force is sick.
I used to have.
Sick.
I had the opening of that on my phone for when I work out, and I just go to the gym and I'm blasting to that, dude. That is a great anime.
Tell me you have like a creepy smile whenever you're like nervous now. Is that? All of a sudden, this man has like shark teeth, and he's just like, oh man.
Yeah. Every time I'm nervous now, I got the creepy smile. People think I'm insane, but I'm just into anime, dude. That's all. Oh
my gosh, man. But there's so, like I said, that's the beauty of, thankfully, during the quarantine, I'm able to kind of, like, I'm even rewatching Bleach. It's literally on my TV at the moment.
Yo, I got to rewatch Bleach, bro.
You know what I mean? And
any of it.
I didn't either. I'm like, you know what? Like, literally, I don't know how it popped up, but I think I saw, it was an Instagram sponsored, like, fashion thing where it had an anime thing, and one of the kimonos was, like, one of the captains, what they wear and stuff. I'm like, you know what? Let me watch Bleach, and I'm literally like 130 episodes in right now. It's crazy.
Damn, that's awesome. You got into it. But yeah, we could go on forever. There's so many animes, and there's
so much, bro.
So extensive. You could like talk about it forever.
That's the thing. But at least the point is that we have stuff to watch at least when you're home and there's nothing to do. You know what I mean? At least you can entertain yourself in that way with some anime vibes. You know what I mean? But aside from that, how's things like? Because I know you said it's hard to stay active and stuff. But what about the acting side for you? How was that keeping up? Are you doing any, I don't know, online workshops, or is it just kind of chilling until things kind of come up?
No, I know what you mean. I definitely get what you mean. There's been like these open casting calls that like my manager will sometimes send me, where it's not like an audition, but it's kind of like you can just showcase yourself in front of these casting directors. That has been a lot of fun. I've missed out on 2 of them, unfortunately, but like every other one I've tried to like send something in for. And there was like these monologue competitions people were having, and it's different though. Like I gotta say, it's different when you're practicing for something that doesn't have like the stakes of like a regular audition, you know? or not being on set or something. It's definitely like a different vibe going into it, but it does kind of feel like you can play around a little bit more and like inflict your own stuff into it. So I've been doing that. I've been writing a bit. I actually finished writing my first short film recently.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So I sent it to a couple friends who like I really respect their opinion, and I definitely have to work on it a little bit more. But it's about like a guy who basically it's kind of like this like Black Mirror-esque thing where this guy has never had a girlfriend before, and you know how they say sometimes like your first relationship is the one that you always kind of mess up, and you need that first one to learn. So it's basically about that. He like goes and he like he basically hires this woman to be like his fake girlfriend for like a year or two. But the way they do it is like he doesn't actually know that he hired her. He like the memory gets replaced. So he finds out at the end, and it's kind of like that's the whole twist of the movie. But I find like I used to try to write things when I just felt like I wanted to write things, but I found it's a lot easier to write and create things in terms of like scripts when you have like a real big message you want to send out there, when you have something that you really want to say. And it sounds like obvious, like of course you'd write better when you have something you want to say, but it's kind of not so obvious when you're like starting out and doing it. But I've been enjoying that. It's kind of therapeutic too. Like you feel like you don't have anywhere to express these feelings, and then you realize that you do have like a medium through art in which you can do that. So whether or not it gets created or not is within its own right. But I had a lot of fun doing stuff like that. But that's pretty much all I've been doing. I've been like doing a little bit of writing and a little bit of auditions. You know what? Watching animes, watching movies, watching films and TV shows, that's great practice too, honestly, I find. You know? Oh
yeah, definitely, bro. And the thing is, nowhere near, for me at least, nowhere near on your skill, because I focus, when it comes to writing, it's more so for lyrics for me, for music.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? So I guess similar concepts, and what I've been doing, at least on my end, I've literally been, I've taken the time to look into other artists, you know what I mean, that I normally wouldn't have, and kind of, you know, just seeing what their point of view on music is, literally, just seeing what they create and how they create it. Because then when you have a broader, you know, understanding of how other artists work, it kind of helps to fine-tune your own. And I found that's been the case so far. So that's been very good. And I like how you put the word therapeutic, because it really, really helps. You know, whatever you're into, whatever your hobbies are, acting, dancing, whatever, writing, it truly is a therapeutic, you know, medicine for just dealing with these kind of times. And I felt around this time that my creative flow has been a lot more enhanced, because there's no distractions anymore. There's no,
that's awesome. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no like, okay, I gotta prepare for this audition, even like something we would do, or work. You know what I mean? School for some people, or
no excuse either. Yeah.
No excuses. You got to just deal with it right there in the moment and see what comes up. And sometimes there's going to be days where you just blank out, nothing's coming to you because, you know, you need motivation.
That's fair.
And then there's other days where it's like, whoa, okay, it's hitting. This is the right day. And then you just write and you just go and go and go. And then, you know what I mean? Then all of a sudden the day's done, and then you're moving on to the next day. And then it gets that much closer to normality with what's going on out there, you know? So,
Dude,
it's
my days are blended. Sorry, my days are like blended. That's all I wanted to say. Like sometimes I forget that today is today and tomorrow is tomorrow. Like it just all blends.
Literally, bro, I kid you not. I woke up this morning and literally, because you sent me the DM earlier today, and I'm like, oh crap, that's today. I don't even know what days they are anymore. Like I wake up and I'm like, okay, all I know is in the morning. That's literally all I know sometimes. I'm like, yo, this is... Man, because you're used to a schedule, right? You're used to working during the week most of the time, and then you go back home on the weekend, right? So because we were programmed that way so long, and then all of a sudden, boom, that ain't the case no more.
Right.
Mainly what it is social distance and stay home. That's all we know right now. That's what we're programmed to know right now. So I'm like, okay, what day is it? Literally, I have no clue. I have no clue, bro. But
yeah, it's weird. It's weird not being on like a schedule or having things to like benchmark your weeks. It's just like, it's odd. It's definitely odd. Yeah.
It is weird. But, bro, let's go down memory lane, because I wanted to do this with you, and I wanted the fans to kind of see the craziness we've experienced back in the day. So, ladies and gents, this is a story that the cast and I always go back to the ones that I'm referring to our trip in Ecuador. Okay,
Dude, Ecuador.
man.
Ecuador, dude.
Well, that was a free the children trip, okay, everyone. And there was one moment specifically with Andre that made me cry. I don't remember. There's only certain instances that I remember laughing that hard in my life, and that was one of them. We were playing.
Is this?
Yeah, yeah. So, fellas, listen up to this. God. So we were playing a game of Signal, okay? Yeah. So for those of you who do not know, it's a card game. You know what I mean? If you have the same, it's a partner game in Signal. You have to look it up. I don't want to take time explaining it, but basically, I think I was partnering with Anna or something like that. Me and her are very competitive, so we were on the same wavelength.
I was with Aaron. I was with Aaron.
You were with Aaron.
Yeah.
And Spence was there, and I think Chelsea.
Jamie was there.
Jamie.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Jamie was like eating, like she brought this like instant noodle thing, and she was eating it like dry. Like she put no water in it. She was just eating it. I remember that. I was
watching
like, wow,
us play.
Yeah, what have we come to? We eating dry instant noodle now. But yeah,
I know. Literally, that was. I think we just accepted. We're like, oh,
yeah,
okay, cool.
We were just like, so yeah.
But yeah, if you as you can see, it already started off hilarious. But so we were intense. Okay, we're just taking up the cards. There was a moment where we weren't speaking for 5 minutes, just silence, just picking up cards, looking at each other, seeing who had the signal or not, and. Literally, I remembered I had what I needed in my hand, okay? And I'm like, oh, I'm about to call it. Next thing you know, I'm sitting right beside Andre. Next thing you know, the man takes off his shoe and slams it on the table. And Aaron yelled signal. We all had a moment where we looked and were like, what? That was hilarious. I think people were shocked. I think is the shock factor of like, they use a shoe.
Yeah,
who would have thought? Like we were thinking like or you know what I mean, like maybe not that obvious, but something a bit more on that, you know, in that kind of scale. The man just slammed down his shoe. Aaron immediately signaled, and we died from laughter. We were laughing for like 10, 15 minutes, bro. That was like a dude. That was a laugh fest.
That was the strategy, man. That was the strat. Because like in Signal, for people who don't know, it's like it's about like kind of being subtle with your signals so that the other team doesn't catch on. So you're like putting your cards like this, or you're putting like one card on the table, or like touching your ear. But like me and Aaron were just like, what if we just do something so crazy that like when they see it, they're going to be like, what? And then you just say signal before they even like catch on.
Genius.
So that's what we did. And he was just like, I don't think we even planned it. He's just like, do something that I would obviously know is a signal. And I'm like, okay. And I just took my shoe off and slammed it on the table.
That I laughed so hard. It just got me. I'm like, because I think I accepted the fact that it was genius. I got what you guys meant, like what your intent was after the fact.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, that was hilarious, yo. That got me. That's something I always remember. But yeah, man, Ecuador was a great trip. And the thing is, though, another thing that I remember, because it was so hot over there, right, people?
Oh, dude.
When you would try to take a shower to cool down, as soon as you leave the shower, I kid you not, literally. Because I think, did we share one at one point? It was like mainly the boys were sharing it, but it was, I remember being with Eric most of the time. But
yeah,
I think it was with you guys, though.
Showers with the boys, yeah.
But literally, we'd walk out and we sweat instantly. There was no hiding from, you know,
and you'd be dry pretty fast, too. Like, you wouldn't stay wet. You'd be dry, like, within, like, seconds, pretty much.
Yeah. And then you're sweating again, and like it was, man, now that was tough. Aside from Ecuador being a beautiful country, it was like the heat was crazy. We were all like wondering, yo, and the monkeys would wake us up almost every morning.
Oh my God, were those monkeys? Wasn't that a bird? Yo, I remember there was a bird.
Was it a bird? Actually,
a bird, yeah, that woke you up. And Richard, you were like 3 days away from eating that bird, dude.
I was so mad, man. Because it was like 6 a.m.
It was always so early. This bird would wake us all
super
up.
early. And the thing is, what? Yeah.
It wasn't like a wild bird. It was like the whole like hotel or whatever that thing was, like the retreats. Like it was their bird.
Yeah.
It was
theirs.
And they just kept it around.
And the thing is, though, what annoyed me the most is that it's not only that it woke us up early, is that it woke us up early enough that going back to bed wouldn't really make sense.
No,
You know what I mean? So it was like, are you kidding? I could have had another solid 45 minutes to an hour, and this damn thing had to wake me up. And I'm like, yo, come on, man.
That bird was an asshole. That bird was a next level asshole.
Yo, I think we were almost plotting to we were plotting things against it.
Yeah, we're like, we gotta release this bird. We're releasing this tonight.
We're releasing it, man. We're taking care of it.
I'm sleeping till 11 tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh man, that was hilarious. But anything you remember, bro? Because I kind of took over that one.
No, that was good. It was honestly, that was like the highlight of my shoe on that table. That trip had so many memories. It's hard to like pin down one, but it was awesome. It was awesome being on, because I went to Nicaragua, right?
Yes, you did. Yeah.
And then I went to Ecuador. So I had kind of done both, and I loved my time in Nicaragua. But there wasn't that many of us there, and like the people who went to Ecuador were like more around my age group, and it was just like, it was a different experience entirely, and I had so much fun on the Ecuador trip, and I really I think that kind of like, we've got a lot of friendships going because of that. Like people bonded over that trip, so it was amazing. It was
definitely,
so much fun.
No, I was saying to Dante that because we were just reminiscing as well on the other couple Insta lives sometime back, and we were saying that like the Ecuador trip really just bonded us together very closely after that trip for sure. And another thing that literally came into my head because was the pizza there. We stopped. Remember that we stopped at that? I think it was on the way to the retreat, and we stopped there.
That was a lifesaver. That was a lifesaver.
That saved all of our lives, man. Because we were. I don't remember what we were having before, but for some reason that just. It was like a real stove, like oven made authentic pizza, and it was delicious.
It was amazing. And they even made like because they knew two of us, I think me and Chelsea, had like lactate issues, and they even made like pizzas, and like they gave me like tacos instead that I could eat too. And I still ate the pizza. I was like, I'm lactose, but I'm still getting this pizza smells so good. I'm just gonna deal with it on the bus. But it was so good. That was like a lifesaver. And they had the glass Cokes, bro.
The glass Cokes.
I had like 3 of those. I like took my own money out. I was like, I need 5 more of these. I'm not getting anything this refreshing for like weeks. I need this.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And a crazy fact about that, you just reminded me. So people who are watching and tuning in, hi everyone. Don't worry, we're gonna get to you guys very, very soon, I promise. But what we had to kind of endure is the fact that every drink we had, they didn't really have ice. So as soon as we saw, I remembered, because as soon as we got the classic Coca-Cola bottles, we're like, yo, this, I forgot what it was like to have something like chilled, because the majority of the juices were like lukewarm. Honestly, like it was room temperature, so it wasn't as, thirst quenching. So as soon as we had that, we're like, man, this is, oh gosh, this is a lifesaver right here for sure.
Imagine drinking lukewarm water for like 2 weeks. That was us. It wasn't even warm. It couldn't even be tea. It was just Luke. It was just the most flat, neutral water ever.
And the thing is, if you were like not in the middle of the Amazon, like it wouldn't have bothered me that much. But you needed some kind of cooling, just refreshing.
I just needed something.
Ease. You know what I mean?
Something.
But
yeah.
It just wouldn't happen. So we were like, damn, okay, we're gonna have to just endure it. But nonetheless, the views, the people there.
It was great. It was an amazing trip. Yeah.
It made up for it, for sure. It made up for it. But lastly, before I move on, I don't know how much you remember this, Andre, but we were back in Quito. So this is at the end of it, the tail end coming back.
Yeah.
And one of our rooms had this giant hole in the ceiling. Do you remember that? I don't know whose it was. I don't remember.
You guys got freaked out, didn't you? Like, I think we were in the opposite room, and you guys freaked out in the middle of the night.
Terrified. I think it might have been me and Amir, actually.
Yeah.
And there was a giant, people, for those, listen, y'all weren't there, okay? There was a giant hole in the ceiling, and it just had darkness, like nothingness there. And we're like, yo, if something or animal comes out of there, I couldn't really sleep. One eye was open. I'm like, man, something's gonna come out of there.
And it wasn't like a chimney. I feel like people are listening to this and being like, Richard, that's a chimney. It wasn't a chimney. It was just like a hole in the ceiling. Yeah.
It was just literally a hole, and I'm like, it was just nothing. And I'm like, watch me see something. I'm gonna see something, It's gonna terrify me, and I'm just gonna sleep in the lobby the entire time.
I'm gonna come in here. It's also because Spencer bought a like voodoo doll at a gift shop and brought it back, and like was just like testing like, I'm not a very supernatural person, but on that night, I was like, yo, Spencer, you are pushing limits that I wouldn't, I would never.
Everyone was mad that he bought it because we were all at the gift shop and we were like, okay, we're like, haha, you're gonna buy a voodoo doll, haha. But the man actually brought it on the bus that we were on and everything. We're like, yo, Spencer, get rid of that voodoo doll, and he wouldn't. He just wanted to keep it. I'm like, yo, man, Spence, I'm telling you, bro, if any hexes come on me, I'm coming after you, bro. I'm not playing.
I remember, like, before he bought it, he looked over to me and he's like, should I buy this? And I was kind of like, as a joke, I'm like, yeah, you should totally buy it. You should totally buy a voodoo doll. You're definitely going to need that at one point. And then he did it. And then, like, progressively throughout the night, I was, like, more worried about it. Like,
you know, I think that's what got to me.
Yeah.
I agree, yo. But, okay. The fans are starting to, okay, they're getting into it. All right, so let's get into this section, what the fans have been waiting for. All right, y'all. Oh, say hi to Brazil. Yo, Brazil has always been a favorite.
Hello, Brazil.
I gotta make sure.
Obrigado. That means thank you. I think. I don't know. I think that means thank you.
Correct him if anything. We'll learn today for sure. Yeah. I want to know that as well. I just want to know. But so Andre, let me just get right into it. This is the Degrassi section. I hope y'all fans are ready for this.
Let's do it.
Get your questions prepared, everybody. Get your questions prepared. So, Andre, your favorite moment on set.
Favorite moment on set. Dude, there's so many. I mean, we were on that show for so long. I think my favorite scene would have to be with Sarah Wasteglass in the pool. It was kind of like my first storyline, sort of, as Winston, and it was such like I'm really happy the writers gave me like a first storyline that was kind of like that, because there were so many moving parts to it, and it was like so fun and like lighthearted, and we got to fall and jump into a pool and have that like first kiss in the pool. And it was like a first on-set kiss for me. It was like a first like anything for me. So, and then Sarah was so cool about it. We were like so chill doing it. Everybody was so nice. Mitch was directing that section, that block. So I think that, I mean, it was just like, it was my first storyline. It was my first like real big scene. It was my first kind of like progression into the Degrassi universe as Winston. I remember that one very fondly. And there's like 100 other memories I have.
There's so many, yeah.
But that one is like one that like, it's just an easy one to pick. It comes to mind very, very fast.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. For mine, it's challenging for me because I got to switch it up every live.
Yeah. You got to make options. You got to give options to them. Yeah.
Oh man. For me, this was actually a very cool one. When I got to meet Brendan Jeffers for the first time, he played Vince, and
yeah.
I got to meet him. And the cool thing is that he was a character from before. And a cool fact here, fans, that wasn't always the case. So Vince never had a brother. It's just that when I got on the scene and I didn't have a last name confirmed yet, and they saw that we looked alike, because when I showed my mom, me and Vince sitting beside each other from a scene, they were like, yo, y'all look alike. You must have, he must have been her brother for sure. But yeah, like when I met Brendan, he's shorter than me by like, his head is probably like up to here, maybe a little bit less. And they had to put like a block, like a mini block under his shoes so that he looks closer to my height.
Did they actually do that? I didn't know.
Yeah, they had to.
Wow.
Yeah, Brendan's a lot shorter than I am, so they had to mess around with that. But he's such a cool guy, super professional, but a great guy in general.
But I like the juxtaposition between like Tiny, like your name is Tiny, but you were like this tall, tough guy. You kind of like, the character changed later on throughout the seasons, but like when you first came on, you were like this tall, tough guy named Tiny. I love that dude. It reminded me of like like Robin Hood, like how he has that Little John. But Little John's like this huge guy. Yeah. I was like, this is dope.
Oh man. They definitely messed with that for sure in the beginning. And that's a whole other process when I saw the guys that they were originally thinking of casting for it, but that's like a whole next thing. But yeah, man, that was my...
Oh, there's Jordy. Hey, Jordy.
Oh, snap. Oh, man, I'm not even seeing all the people here down here either. Yeah. Wait, I saw a great question, though, that someone had.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
Where is it? Okay, this is a good one. I believe Sophia Cleta? Oh, sorry, that's an I. My bad. That was an L. First impressions of each other. Man, I can't even remember, man.
I don't remember first meeting Richard, but I remember my impression of Richard all the time is that he's an amazing, wonderful human being. Very lovely, very dedicated to his work. Very, very funny. He's got the dance moves of a god. And He was the nicest guy. Honestly, yeah. I always had the same impression of you, man. You're like nice, awesome, very funny to hang around, very funny. Cracks me up all the time. Yeah. But I don't remember first meeting you though. That's crazy. I don't remember like.
Yeah, you literally beat me to saying. I was trying to think of literally the first time I met you. I don't. Man, that's like years ago, bro. We're talking like, I can't even.
Did it even happen? Did it even actually happen? I don't know.
I don't even know because technically the newer characters that came in was you, Eric, and Anna, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, something. Yeah, I don't.
Something like
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
And then me, Eric. Wait, was Nikki a part of that group too, or was it? I don't remember because you started off the year and then we came in halfway, or something like that. So it wasn't really official.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like fans for those who do not know, we kind of entered in halfway through the year of the newer of the next grade. So when I was introduced to the other cast members, it was kind of like they were already filming. It wasn't like there's an orientation where you can kind of introduce each other really. I remember going straight into the read-through, my first read-through, going right in, sitting beside Luke, and just going right into it. So there wasn't like a formal...
Dude, read-throughs.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They were a lot of fun, though. They were a good time.
That was a thing. That was a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But sorry, I'm going off. First impressions. Yeah, man, for you, like, I was like, yo, who is this cool guy? Because, bro, you walk with a swagger, man. You just have a natural swagger to you. So I'm like...
No, I was just limping, dude.
That's what it truly was, oh man.
I just had bad posture.
Oh man. But I remember, bro, because you just had this like, just natural swagger to you. You don't have to put it on or nothing. You're just, yo, this is Andre. This is who I am.
Dude,
you know what I mean? I'm like,
bro. Same to you.
I rate this guy. I rate this man.
Dude, you got funk coming out of your bones, bro. You got the swag, dude. You got the swag.
No, thank you, bro. And I think we can both agree that, the beauty of the Degrassi cast and what Linda and Steven were trying to do is make it like a very comfortable, warm family type of setting. Yeah, so everyone you met from literally cast, crew, everybody, it's usually just a great time. You know what I mean? Like it's, you like literally that. Like you just meet people and you just like them instantly. You have some kind of connection to them, some kind of way, big or small, but you just had something with that person, you know what I mean? So that was pretty cool with impressions. Let's see.
Oh, thanks, Nicole Cakes. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up and read. This is like a lot of work for me, man. I'm like,
oh no, that's right, because you're new to all this.
I still have Angry Birds on my phone. Like I'm not new to any of this stuff. Yo, Richard. I know this is unorthodox. Can I use the washroom like real quick and just come back like real soon?
Yeah, bro, yeah? Do your thing. Okay. I want to keep up with some of the fans here.
Yo, interact. Cover for me, man. Cover for me.
All right, y'all. So this is our first ever bathroom break. Normally it makes sense, but we've never had a bathroom break on live sessions, have we, anyone? I don't think we have. But anyways, I want to look through some of the questions you have here. Okay. Let's see. Your favorite Degrassi episode. Okay, I like that. I'm going to keep them back in my head. What would Tiny and Winston be up to these days? Oh, I like that one. Okay, let's see. Wait, who is that? Wait, someone said they're turning 14 tomorrow? Ah, man, I just had it and I lost it. There's so much here. Oh, my goodness, I'm trying to keep up. Bear with me, everybody. Alex Nino. Okay, yo, happy early birthday. Dope. Okay, we got some birthday people up here too. Okay. Okay, that's a very important one actually. I want to make sure Andre sees this one. From Nicole Cakes. Thank you for representing the Asian community in a great light, Andre. Also, great work in Lock and Key. I'm gonna make sure I say that to him. I want to make sure. I'm gonna say that the first thing when he comes back. Oh, here he's back, ladies and gents. All right.
Sorry, dude.
No worries, bro. I was laughing because that was like the first bathroom break we've had on the live sessions.
I was like, man, maybe I should hold it, but I'm like, I gotta go, dude. I gotta go.
Man. Nah, bro, you gotta go.
All my answers would have been like super rushed. I would have been like, yes, and then I would have left. Thank you for letting me do that. Yeah.
No problem, bro. But Andre, I found something very cool actually from a fan named Nicole Cakes. Okay. And she was just saying, thank you for representing the Asian community in such a great light. Yeah. And also great work in Lock and Key. So
thank you, Nicole. I don't. That's such a nice comment. I don't have anything else to say to that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that, and I know I know Richard feels this too. Like representation is something that we always strive for as actors of color. So it's it's always great to see people who like recognize that and everything. So thank you so much. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Yeah. Shout out to Nicole Cakes. No worries,
crazy.
bro. Listen, man, I had to tie mine up, bro. This afro is just a hat wouldn't have worked anymore. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta wrap this up, bro. It's a problem.
But are you also kind of loving it? I kind of really like the long hair too, a little bit, like a little bit.
I like the fact that I don't have to feel so self-conscious enough to get it, because this grows back very quickly.
Right.
So even if I was to just get it shaven off or whatever, not the whole thing, obviously, my original style, but it would grow back so fast, and I have to run to the barbers and get it done like once every 2-3 weeks. Like, that's all I got. So it's good to just chill and have it all out, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
man. But let's see here. There's a good one for you, actually, Andre.
Okay, sorry, I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah, man. Involving you and Frankie. Where is it? Oh, there it is. So this one from Sarah53215. Andre, did you ever think that Winston and Frankie deserved a longer love story?
I don't know. Maybe.
Or do you think it did it justice?
Man, I honestly don't know. I try to think about what would have happened if, like, this was all real life.
Mm-hmm.
And in real life, there wouldn't be a high school that was, like, all about 7-8 people. There'd be, like, 100 million people who had, like, stories and everything. But
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think relationships, like, in high school and outside of high school take their time and are you know, have their endings and have their stories and everything to them. So, you know, it's not, like, unnatural for these two to, like, part ways. But it was my first on-screen relationship. It was Winston's first and longest one. So I guess there is that kind of feeling that, like, yeah, that would have been the one to go the longest way. But
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I would have enjoyed it, like, just as much as I enjoyed the storylines that came after. And I think that's, if, like, my personal bias, I think that's the one I think that would have been the one that I thought would have continued. But I enjoyed my storylines with Anna and Soma and even Amanda for that little part so much. So I have no regrets. I got no regrets with that whole thing. Yeah. Nice,
man. Let's see. There was another one that someone asked. It was in regards to Tiny and Winston, because we didn't have that much scenes together. I don't even think interactions really.
No, not really.
Our worlds were pretty separate.
I wish we had more scenes. Yeah. I
think the closest, aside from, because there's the musical, but even then we didn't really interact during the musical stuff.
Not really.
It just literally came back to me. I think I remember I almost posted a photo about this. Remember when it was in the science lab?
Yeah.
The science lab, something like that. You had the beaker. Does that sound familiar? Where you spilled the beaker on Shay, and she had, like, it was corrosive or something like that. She was trying to, like, have a bigger, like a bigger bum to show off to me or something like that. You had the beaker and you spilt it on her by accident.
Yeah. She was trying to. Yeah, she was patting her bum. Yeah, I think so. I think I remember that scene vaguely.
Honestly, man, listen, man, I don't blame you, because it was a long time ago, and because we don't have that much. The fans are confirming it. That was the thing. Okay, because I don't. It was vaguely coming back to me, but yeah, man, that was one of those rare interactions that we had together. It was just like, you know what I mean? But your favorite character on Degrassi? That's what people want to know.
Oh, I like them all. They were all, like, really cool and really, like, in depth in their own way. Here, I'll switch up the character a little more. A character that I think would have been really interesting to see, like, the potential of was, I think, Parham's character, Saad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of potential there. I mean, like, he came in and he was, like, there was, like, kind of a villain story arc with him, but not really. And there was a lot of, like, emotion with his character and, like, different moving parts that could have been there. I think he would have been, it would have been a great character to continue on with. But I liked all the characters, and they were all so different. It was kind of hard to pick one. So
fair.
I don't have a favorite. That's why I switched up the question.
I like how you did that. Well, for me, honestly, I didn't say this name, and I'm surprised I didn't, but Olivia, Maya's character. she had a lot of stuff. Like, because I'm literally looking back and I'm like, most of the time my answers would have been like Miles, Eric, right?
Right.
Because he just had a roller coaster of like storylines going on with him.
Totally, yeah.
But Maya I always like, it's crazy how much stuff she was going through and, the roller coaster rides of so many different things. And I'm like, yo, she had a very interesting life, you know what I mean, in the Degrassi world. So she's definitely up there in my favorites for sure.
Yeah.
But
I agree 100%.
Let's see, man. Let's see what we got for you. Okay, this is a good one from Dong Yen Feng. Hopefully I said that properly. My apologies if I didn't, but I like your question. What season was the most memorable to you guys? That's tough.
That is a tough one. That's a really tough one. I don't know. I think I'd have to say the season where I got to play Captain Who.
Ah, nice. I think a lot of people will agree with that one.
That was probably my most memorable one. But yeah, that's mine. That's just mine. For only that reason only. I don't have anything else.
Nice. Season for me, I'm going to be cliche. I'm sorry, people. But honestly, the last season, reason being is because it just put everything into perspective. Literally, we were on the show for how many years? You know what I mean? We did a full high school term. And just seeing it all come together like that was just like, wow, that's like it was an eye-opener. I'm like, holy crap, that just, like, I shouldn't say it flew by, but then when you realize that that's the last time you're going to be on the set, it just really just pulls everything into perspective, you know what I mean? And it really is like, wow, this is a reality. This is real. We did this. And I wonder, is that the same season? And fans, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the same season where the 500th episode was in season 4. Was it?
Maybe. I think so. I think
right. So.
I think I remember something happening that day or something. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I saw that and I saw the OGs come through from the next gen, I'm like, yo, this is pretty cool to just have them around and stuff like that. So that's why it kind of ties into being like, wow, we were a part of this for life and nothing and nobody can take that away from us. So that was a very cool season for me to film at least. But nice. Okay, Jen says no, season 2. Yikes. Okay, well I like season 2 as well then, if that's the case.
Thanks, Jen.
Yeah, and a lot of other fans are confirming, yeah, season 2. Okay. Our brains are hazy, man. I can't even remember some of this stuff. So that's why we depend on you. Let's see. They had, there's a good one that I just saw. Darn it. Okay, for you, Andre, what would Winston be up to these days?
Oh, man.
Rymar 101.
I think kind of the same. I think he'd be still like hanging out with Miles and reading comic books, and he'd be studying at university, he'd be studying in university, I think, still, and talking to Goldie. I feel like I always pictured Winston going into some kind of like graphic art design or something. So
that's cool.
I thought, because there was like a few things where he would be drawing like really like anime style stuff. So it was kind of hilarious too. But I think he'd be going into like some kind of comic book realm or world. So I imagine something along the lines of that. If I could like put an afternoon of Winston, it'd be like him probably calling up Miles, calling up Goldie, having some like nice laughs, and then probably watching some Avenger movies and reading some comic books.
Nice. And for Tiny, a lot of the fans were joking that he would somehow be involved in some kind of marine life still.
Swimming with the dolphins, dude.
Oh, yeah. He's swimming with the dolphins for sure. He's helping them out, saving them, you know what I mean? So
exactly, yeah.
I'm down for that. He went to Caltech, I believe, for university. So,
That's
what I mean? After that, he probably just jumped into the marine life and then, was doing his thing there.
I love that change in your character, too. I love, like, how just, like, not randomly, but, like, we suddenly learned that he, like, loves sea animals. And I'm like, for some reason, that fits so well with Tiny, you know? Yeah.
It did. I was down for it. It was hilarious in the read-through because we were all laughing. We're like, yo, he loves marine life.
He's, like, really serious about it, too, yeah. Like, you're doing a presentation, and you think he's going to be, like, goofing off and not really caring. He's like, no, I know so much about dolphins and marine life and coral and reefs and oceans. Like, this is my jam.
Out of nowhere. But let's see. Couple last questions here. Is there anything you wish your character would have experienced on the show from Double Amy? Shout out to you. I see you.
I don't know, drugs maybe.
Winston on drugs.
Yeah,
That'd be funny. Honestly, I think I'll tune into that. I want to see what that is.
Some kind of storyline where like he does some kind of like drugs and he just has like a really crazy trip. That would have been funny. I think that would have been hilarious.
I would have tuned in. I think that would have been funny. That would have been cool.
Yeah, that maybe that.
I'm down for that. Okay, for me, I guess. Oh man, I've been through a lot of stuff. Love triangles, drug situations, violent situations, getting stabbed and stuff. So I've been around in that regard. I don't really have complaints, honestly. It's been great. Actually, it just came back to me. I would have. Me and Nikki were talking about this in the first live session. I would have wanted to run for president. That's
Dude.
something I think would have been cool.
Yo, that would have actually been so cool. I never thought that would have been so dope. I think that was totally a missed opportunity. They should have done that.
Definitely,
that's crazy. Yeah,
that would have been cool. That's my only thing. Aside from that, I'm more than satisfied. But let's see. Let me find the last one here before we wrap things up because time's getting closer. Let's see. Wow, there's so much marine life jokes now. I shouldn't have said anything.
I know. I'm just seeing these emojis.
Okay. Oh no, that's more so tailored to Tiny alone. Okay. That's a good one. So your audition process for Winston.
Oh yeah, it was so random. Honestly, I feel like I've told this story before, but no worries. I think I did like a short film at Ryerson. It was kind of funny. I started like looking for open casting calls because I felt like my school wasn't casting me enough, my high school. Mm-hmm. So I ended up doing like a short film for Ryerson. And then the guy who played my dad in the short film sent me this like open casting call for Degrassi. And I was so new to auditions then that I did it on like a laptop webcam. And because they said they wanted full body, to do full body, I like flipped my laptop sideways. And to do the scene, I flipped it back the other way. Because
That's crazy,
I
man.
didn't know anything about self-tapes. And I had my stepmom read the lines and I did the audition. And I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was great. And then I sent it in. And then like 7 months later, like I'm literally playing like a League of Legends game. I'm like with my friends. I get like a random call. I think I'm like losing really hard. So I'm a little upset. I like pick up the phone and I'm like, hello? And they're like, this is like Degrassi. And I was like, no way. Like this is definitely some kind of troll or something.
Some kind of prank. Yeah.
Yeah. But they were like asking me to come in for a callback read. Mm-hmm. So at the time I kind of dismissed it. I'm like, I got to finish this game and then I'll process this later. But when I did process it, I was like, this is crazy. So then I went and did the callback by myself. And then I did another one with Olivia and I did another one with a bunch of people who were actually, I was chemistry reading for people who were going to play Eric's role, Miles. So I met Eric at that audition, but I also met like 4 other Erics. Not Eric's, but Miles. Yeah. One of them I live with now, actually. His name's Dale Wibley. But they were all going for the role of Miles. So I was chemistry reading with all of them. I also, you know what? I say this and it sounds like cliche, but I kind of knew Eric was going to get it when I did the chemistry read. I kind of felt it. Like after doing the audition with Eric, I was like, he's really good. And they were all really good too. But like I kind of felt like they really liked Eric. So, and then after that, I got the call, I think around the same time as Anna, Eric, and everybody that I got the part on the show. And then I like my dad, I didn't have an agent, so my dad signed the contract and everything. It was so random. We did it like in a Tim Hortons. But that was my process. Yeah. I think it was a little bit different than other people's because I was totally new to acting, but it was a lot of fun. I like how Degrassi was, I'll always give props to Degrassi for having that open casting call because they were really looking for new talent. And they're always doing that. Yeah, so.
Truly. Shout out to them for that, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
But, man, it's about that time. That's quick. You see how, like, pretty much an hour just flies by, bro. Like I was saying, it goes by quick.
Yeah, that was really quick. Yeah.
But to quickly wrap things up, because what they do now on Insta Live, especially, they cut it off after an hour. So they literally count it down, and they shut it off.
So this is going to shut off. Like, this is going to go full self-destruct mode. Okay. Yeah,
man. But most of the lives have been, like, an hour anyways, so it's all good.
Fair enough.
But yeah, oh crap, wow. I'm literally seeing it right there, 26 seconds, wow.
26 seconds. Do
literally.
Your thing.
But
do your outro.
Okay, I'll do it quick. So, thank you so much, Andre, for joining us, homie.
No
the
problem.
fans are happy about it.
Always a pleasure.
Bro, it's always great seeing you, man. And like I said,
You too.
hopefully things come to normality. We can hang out. Who knows? You know what I mean? We'll figure that out.
See you at audition some more. Yeah. Thank you for doing this.
But yeah,
man.
bro.
This is great.
Stay safe. Stay healthy. Thank you, bro.